The battlefield is silent. A heavy shroud of dust settles over the ancient earth. Before the roar of war, a divine conversation begins beneath the heavy dark clouds. Arjuna stands frozen, his heart burdened by the heavy weight of inevitable violent duty. His bow slips from trembling fingers as he questions the necessity of all action. Lord Krishna, the eternal charioteer, speaks with a voice like the rolling distant thunder. He reveals the hidden machinery of the cosmos that keeps existence in perfect harmony. We often wonder why we must toil if everything is destined to fade away. Krishna teaches that the universe exists only because of the divine commitment to action. If the divine were to cease working, the very fabric of reality would unravel. Without this constant flow of energy, the natural order would dissolve into chaotic void. Society itself is held together by the selfless duties performed by every living soul. When we abandon our purpose, we invite confusion and destruction into the mortal realm. The term Varnasankara represents the decay that follows when individuals neglect their sacred duty. Krishna explains that even he must work to maintain the balance of these worlds. Imagine a world where the sun refused to rise or the rivers stopped flowing. That is the chaos that arises when duty is cast aside for personal hesitation. Listen now to the profound truth hidden within the verses of the ancient Gita. These worlds would perish if I did not perform action, the Lord clearly states. The weight of existence rests upon the shoulders of those who embrace their role. His divine actions are the heartbeat that keeps the galaxies spinning in their orbits. Without the law of Dharma, the physical world would descend into absolute dark silence. He warns that he would be the author of confusion among all existing beings. The destruction of the established order is a direct consequence of our collective inaction. Look closely at the word, observe the depth of the divine responsibility he carries. It is not merely a task, but the preservation of the life force of humanity. Every heartbeat, every breath, and every movement is part of this grand divine plan. To act is to worship. To perform is to honor the architect of existence. The cosmos depends on the movement of every star and the fall of leaves. The Lord does not work for himself, but for the welfare of the world. His work is an act of pure grace, keeping the cycle of life spinning. Can you feel the immense weight of the universe held by his steady hand? Nature itself follows these laws, from the tides rising to the seasons turning slowly. If the tides stopped, the oceans would stagnate and poison the very life below. If the seasons stalled, the earth would cease to yield its bountiful golden harvest. We are part of this ecosystem of duty, woven into the fabric of time. Just as the stars remain in place, we must hold our position in life. When you act with purpose, you become a participant in the universal divine flow. Confusion is merely the lack of duty, the absence of a clear spiritual path. Find your role, embrace your duty, and release the fear that binds your soul. The destruction of worlds is avoided through the simple act of doing your best. Your actions matter more than you know in this vast and infinite cosmic theater. Do not seek the fruit of your labor, but cherish the process of performing. The Gita reminds us that we are instruments in the hands of the divine. Let your work be an offering, a sacrifice to the order of the universe. As the fire purifies, let your dedication purify the intent of your daily life. The fear of failure is a shadow cast by the lack of true insight. When you align with duty, the shadow disappears into the radiance of true knowledge. Krishna stands as the beacon for all who wander in the forest of confusion. His wisdom is the compass that guides us through the storms of human emotion. We are eternal, but our roles in this world are temporary and fleeting stages. Perform your duty with love and devotion, for that is the highest form of yoga. The entire structure of existence rests upon the humble shoulders of the diligent soul. Rise from your despair, Arjuna, and take up the bow of your rightful purpose. The world is watching. The cosmos is waiting for you to fulfill your part. Let every action be a step toward the restoration of peace and divine harmony. We are the architects of our reality, building the world through our daily choices. The light of wisdom shines through the cracks of every difficult, testing human moment. Walk forward with confidence, knowing that your life is part of the great cycle. May you find the strength to act, even when the path remains shrouded ahead. The eternal cycle continues, guided by the wisdom of the chariot and the soul.